Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome to day 70. Yes, day 70 of our live streams. So, an incredible achievement. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in. I wouldn't still be doing this if it weren't for you guys sort of tuning in every single day. I think there's some people here that have literally been here since day one and are still here now and have watched pretty much every single stream. So, big thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Big thank you to everyone subscribed. Big thank you to everyone that's in the Discord server. And if you're not in there already, guys, make sure you subscribed. We're just 36 subs short now with that 1,500 target that we set ourselves. 70 days ago? Say how long ago? 70 days ago. So we're close to that target, and I set a target for the Discord server to get 100 members. We literally smashed that within a week. We're now close to 300 members, getting close to now. And, the channel getting bigger and bigger. Discord server's getting better and better. And it's all thanks to you guys, really, for being in there and for tuning in. So a big thank you for letting all this sort of happen. Getting close to that 100 now, just 30 days left. And hopefully we can make it. So, we'll see what we've got in the chat. Let me just tune in and get the chat up. So we have Destroyer as always, first in the chat. We got Brig Prime Ting. How's things, brother? We have Dakota. Welcome. We've got Bruticus, Blue Grimlock 2, Stuck in Beta. A lot of guys from Discord server. We've got Grind Time as well. Lucky me, everything's shaking well, brother. And William Wilkinson and Silverball, welcome. So, yesterday we talked about wall design. So we're going to talk about outposts today, outpost placements, why you'd place outposts in certain positions, certain formations, and just sort of exactly where on the map. Got a couple of few crystals. We had a gift from Space Ape today, where we got 10 Prems, Gold XP course, and Spark. If you haven't got that code already, guys, if you join the Discord server, any codes that Space Ape give out, any loot codes, they're all in there. We always post them every single time they come out. We've got new starter codes for people that have just started the game or lower HQs that have never had them codes. So if you want them as well, pop in, guys. We've got plenty of codes to give around. Don't get me wrong, like I said, if you're an experienced player, chances are you would have had these codes originally. They've been around for a long time. But if you are a new player and you're watching this, then make sure you're in that Discord server, and we'll post some more links in the loot link section. So keep that in mind. What else we're going to do today? We're going to talk a bit about a new combat box. Now, those that have watched my channel for a while know that how the sort of system works is that we get given the bots when they're announced in the newsletter, and then the play testers can test them, but we can't really say much about the bot. We can't tell you guys what they're going to do and how they're going to operate until they're actually finally released. And then what happens is usually on the day of the newsletter, we can talk about the bots then and showcase them a day before the stream. That's generally what happens. So you're talking next Wednesday before we can actually really show the bots fully. I'll be able to show them in the showroom probably maybe this weekend, maybe next. We don't know yet exactly, but what I can do is just talk about the process of the play testers and what we do. But yeah, first we'll crack some crystals. We'll get that out of the way. So, like I said, nothing ridiculous, just a few prems. So we'll be very lucky to pop a 4-star in these. This is just the XP core, which I'm going to use this weekend. We'll talk a bit about bundles as well. I think it's relevant for this weekend. So we're going to do some free chips now. Duplicate fire drive. Duplicate ravage. You know, someone mentioned earlier they have better luck in free crystals and prems, and it's probably true. Ooh, 1,000 prem shards in a free crystal, not bad. It is honestly probably true. Hero124, welcome to the stream. Are you new to the stream? I think I've seen you before. I may have, maybe. I'm not too sure exactly. Big Prime thing. Did you say yesterday? Good night from the UK. I mean, you're from the UK. I'm intrigued into where you're from in the UK. If that's the case. Welcome to the stream, then, Hero. I'm expecting 10 2-star dupes. Anything better than that, really, is a bonus. Doubt we'll get any 4-star, a new 4 stars anyway. There's not a lot I can get. Where in the UK are you from, Big Prime? I'm from Manchester. If you couldn't tell, I do have a very broad accent. Like 50 prems and got 49 2-stars. But did you get a 4-star though, Dakota? You got 49 2-stars and 1 4-star. That ain't too bad. If you got a 3, that's pretty poor. Liverpool. Ooh. See, the Americans in the chat don't know what that means. Basically, for those in America that don't understand, Liverpool and Manchester are very much alike. They're not too far from each other, but there's a big hatred. It goes right back through football, a lot of things. It crashed? Oh, if it's crashed like that, that usually means you've got a gold ship. That's a good thing. Yeah, in football, we are rivals. Yeah. In terms of football, Liverpool and Manchester do not get on at all. But yeah, pretty similar to fair. Scousers and Manx are pretty similar. Yeah, a gold chip. Normally the game crashes like that. It means you've got a gold chip. So yeah, we'll open that as well and see what gold core we get. What gold core do I need? I don't really need any gold bot cores. I could do some gold defense cores though. Trying to think what I could do a gold glass mine. Got a lot of tongue twisters tonight. I need gold death pulse. That's one thing I do definitely not need. I definitely don't need gold death pulse. Yeah, I hate it as well when it crashes stuck in beta, but when it crashes like that, it usually means you've got a gold chip. So it's not all bad. There we go. We will open that shortly. Yeah, we know we got shards and spark. We know that. Coming rest of the prems. Like I said, anything more than 10 2-star dupes was good. So we have got a gold core out of it. I will take that all day. I could actually do with a gold guided missiles for my 3rd missile launcher, but not right now. Because of the new Prime League effect, you don't want guided missiles on. Okay, so yeah, gold guided missiles will be perfect. I've got a lot of everything else really. So that's the dream. Destroyer, you jinxed me. That's your fault. You jinxed me. Oh my days. Fuse. That's all it's good for. Jace. Us. Cool. Yeah, I haven't touched war yet, to be fair. I've had a semi-busy day, but I've got all day tomorrow as well and tonight as well. But yeah, you guys still putting up a good fight. A lot of teams inside will just roll over and just leave it and not bother with war. So fair play to you guys for giving it a go. And hopefully it's a bit of a close one. I like close wars. Win or lose, doesn't matter. I don't like getting rolled over by big alliances. I don't like rolling people over. It's no fun for us either. Close wars at least are a bit more fun. So yeah, and the more teams we can get like that, the better. So as we started yesterday, we started talking about defenses and etc. And then today, I said we'll talk about outposts. So there's various ways you can set your outposts up. But first of all, I just wanted to talk about something where the meta has changed. When you talk about the meta, you talk about what the current hard things are in the game, the things that everyone is using. So the meta in general is what the top players are using and what everyone should strive to use. So what we found is recently that Red Alert is just sort of really coming into his own. A lot of people are using Red Alert. So if you're not sure what Red Alert does, I've got a 3-star just to show his ability. I don't have the 4-star yet. I'm hoping for him this weekend. That's what I want. So give your allies 50% damage absorption and stun immunity. Now that's the key there. Stun immunity for 5 seconds. Then rush into combat, dealing damage. So the likes of Silverbolt, the likes of Star Saber, the likes of Elita, Red Alert makes them null and void. Also, Optimus Maximus or Bruticus, their stun missiles. Red Alert makes all their abilities null and void. So Star Saber will hit your bots, but they get 30% damage absorption. So 30% of damage is gone straight away. So a high level Saber will do about 1,500 damage around there, 1,700 maybe to your bots instead of 2,500, and they will no longer be stunned either. So the likes of Star Saber, Silverbolt, and Elita, and Optimus Maximus in Outpost, you'll find that it's going to start going wayward a bit. People are going to stop using them. You've already seen, I'm sure you've already seen that a lot of the top guys in the game, if you play at Prime League level, even Cyber level, that a lot of guys are using Defensor and using Abominus for that exact reason, because stun abilities with Red Alert are pretty much null and void. So when you are choosing your outpost, just keep that in mind that if you have too many stun bots all close together in outpost, they can just be nullified with Red Alert. So keep that in mind. Don't have too many bots with the same ability together. So always talking about placement. So never, ever, 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 never, ever, 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 and I can't stress that enough, have it where you can pop all 4 outposts with one ability. Now, that can mean Star Saber, it can mean Hotspot, it can mean Elita. It doesn't matter what bot it is, but you never have all your outposts close together, because it's very cheap to sort of pop the outposts and then just walk the rest of the base. You can do it where you just walk part of the base, then pop the outpost. It doesn't really matter. But what you don't want is to waste all those abilities. You want to make it as hard as possible for those outpost bots to be popped. So the key is to split them up. People split them up into 2s generally. 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, and then you can choose where to put your combined outpost. You can have it down the bottom, you can have it in the middle, or you can have it at the top. It doesn't matter really. It's up to you. It's up to your preference. But honestly, try and split the outposts up. And then once you split them up, then you've got another choice. You could have it where sometimes you might want to make a bot try and pop them outposts. And then you've got to try and make them direct. You've got to try and direct that attack to where you want it to go. So you can see here that I've made it so that my outposts, unless you're going to swipe across, you can't pop the 2 outposts going up the middle. You'll find that someone wants to go, just get a build bot a minute. People want to go up here. Star Saber want to go right up the middle there. That's where they want to go. There, they're going to pop any outpost at the bottom, but I'll guarantee that they will pop outposts eventually with other bots. And they don't want that. They want to pop them all in one bot, kill them, and then be able to attack the base. So I split them up. So you can see that you can't pop both them outposts without going across. Going across then limits how high they can go. I don't want to get a Star Saber up to the HQ here. I want to keep him at least there. So that's why I've put Outpost covering that defense there. It's also a good reason for if they hit that defense there, they can't go from the bottom all the way to the beam. So they've got to hit the launcher and then hit the cannon as well. But that's what I want. I'm trying to lure them into doing what I want them to do. Because if they do that, they're going to pop the outpost, yeah. They can launch from, let's do this a minute. They can launch from this side. They can launch from here, pop the outpost, up to there. And then if they do that, they're going to pop 1, 2, 3, 4 outposts. But it's still one unpopped. And that's what you want. You want them to leave at least one outpost unpopped. So that outpost can do a lot of damage to those bots. So generally, what I want is I want them to hit this defense here. Because I've got a repair core on that. So chances are that'll survive. If they hit the HQ, they're going to do damage to the beam lasers. I don't want them to. I want to drag them in this section here. And I've put these here as well to entice them as well. I want them to try and take these out with the new Prime League effects. They're there just in case, but they're there for enticement. So sometimes putting something in a dangerous place is there to entice them in, and then you sort of set a trap, so to speak. So they can pop 3 outposts and combine them, but they can't pop them all. It's very difficult for them to pop all the outposts. And you just got to make it so they use a lot of ability points as well, limiting the amount of ability points that they can use to fight and to just get through the base. Once you decide on your outpost placement, then you've got to decide what bots you're going to put in there. So someone mentioned in the chat, who was it? Destroyer. Don't put 1-star healers in. Don't put any healers in. Doesn't matter if they're 1-star or not. Don't put healers in your outposts. But you can choose one of 2 things. You can either choose to slow people down with high HP bots and stun effects and things like that, or you can choose to do damage. But there's a problem with that. With the likes of tracks, everyone is using tracks nowadays. So if you put Slash and Cheetor in a outpost, Slash will pretty much do next to nothing damage when they have a healer, maybe 2 healers even, and tracks in their squad. So I've gone away from doing damage so much because everyone is using tracks nowadays. But what you will find is tracks generally has about 15 seconds with his ability. So looking at my tracks there, so it doesn't matter what star it is, but it goes up in ability level, and doesn't matter what level the tracks is, whether he's level 40 or level 60, it's all on spark. So at level 8, it does 18 seconds. But what you'll find is if you put 2 huge HP bottles in them outposts, I mean, I'm talking 55 plus Rook, because Rook is an incredible bot for outposts. A really, really good bot, because not only does he have 20,000 health at 58, you could add, like I said, my Cronus onto that, which I've done. Put him in an outpost. He heals your other outpost bots. He heals the defenses around him. So it does healing. You've got Night Stalker as well. So if you put a 4-star, I know I've got 3-star, but even a 3-star Night Stalker is 6,000 health. So that's an extra 6,000 health. So you're talking 27,000 health for Rook and Night Stalker. That's not including my Cronus. So he's going to heal. So you may be talking 30,000 HP. You then place a decoy which has 60% of that health. So you're talking again an extra 13k. So you're probably talking around 40,000 HP putting a level 58 Rook in an outpost. 40,000 HP. That's incredible. And then once you put the likes of Blaster in there, you've got Blaster again and another incredible bot. So we'll look at the 4-star just to emphasize it. Forget the 5-star for now. So you got the 4-star. He's got 16,400 health. You release 4 minions with 30% of that health. So 4 times 30 is 120%. So you're talking another 20,000 health on top of that. So you're talking 36,000 health. Add Night Stalker again on top of that, even a 2-star. You're talking 35,000 health for a 54 4-star. So Rook and Blaster together, you're talking at level 58, you're talking 80,000 HP that those bots have to deal with. Now, as we talked earlier about Saber Sacks, what you really don't want is to pop all them outposts. Because what they'll pop all the outposts and then they'll fight the bots somewhere safe. You want them to fight in that danger zone. You want them to drag them in. You want it so they are fighting and getting hit by defenses. Because once that first track cloud wears out, it gets quite expensive. Trax's ability, I think, goes up to 7 ability points from 2, and then from there it's 12. So it gets really expensive. That first use is super cheap, but then gets really quite expensive quite quickly. So what you want is you want that cloud to not last as long as them outpost bots are battling, and you also want them in key areas. So put them outposts near shock towers, near mortars, near launchers, near beams, near any defense. To be fair, near any defense where it's going to do a lot of damage. But yeah, honestly, the outpost bots you put in a key, but also key where you're placing them. There's no point in clumping. I see so many bases where all the outpost bots are clumped together. But then again, if you place the outposts too wide, the problem there as well is people can path around and leave 2 unpopped. You've also got to make it so people are going to pop every single outpost. You don't want any outpost left unopened. And it really, honestly, base design is an art. It really is. And I can't even say that I've mastered it by no means. Trial and error. But there's a lot of good guys out there that are really good at base design and can look at a base and understand pathing a lot better than I can. And it's all about pathing the bots where you want them to go, being in and doing what you want them to do, and putting them in danger. That's the key. So when you combine walls with outposts, that's the key there, that you're pathing bots and you're making, when we say pathing, we mean the way that the bots will work and the way that they will walk in the bases. So you want to path bases a certain way. You want to make it so that they do pop all the outposts, but not with cheap abilities. You don't want to, you definitely don't want to pop them in 1. Ideally, you don't want to pop them in with 2. If it's Star Saber or Elita, it's not the end of the world. It costs quite a bit of ability points to do that. So it's not the end of the world. You can't protect against everything, but you really don't want the likes of Hotspot or a really cheap bot like that to be able to pop outposts. So yeah, really important, guys. And if you've got any more questions on base design or anything like that, come in the Discord server. We've got a whole section on base design. We've got base examples. You can post your own base in there, and you can ask opinions on the people that are in there. We've got a lot of top guys with a lot of great opinions. So you can pop in there and ask away. And yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at some other bases in our alliance. We're not going to look at grind times this time. Look at grind times every time. But yeah, we're going to look at some bases. But we're going to look particularly at outposts. And we're going to look at why they've placed them there and how effective they are. Grind has asked if Swoop and Tigerhawk are good options. Yeah, generally they are. They do a lot of damage. And the only problem with the likes of Swoop and Tigerhawk is, like we said earlier, that Trax nullifies a lot of high damage abilities. And once they have wasted their ability, they have a lot of damage, but their health is awful. So even the likes of Star Saber and Elita have really good health still, or at least decent health, like 20,000 at level 60-ish. So there's still something about them. But my Swoop, if we look at his health, is just 7,000. So once he's done his ability, he's wasted pretty much. He's gone. I wouldn't even rely on him. So although their abilities are really good, same with Gunners as well, you can't rely on them to do anything decent. But Yeah, again, you can go for pure damage if you wanted to. You can put Slash, Cheetor, Tiger Hawk, Swoop, all in Outposts. They'll do a lot of damage. But yeah, just keep it in mind that people are going to use tracks, and you may like want to split them bots up to make sure that at some point they're trying to do a lot of damage to bots very quickly. The other good thing about Swoop and Tiger Hawk is that you can't really cut pull. You can cut pull, but it does take a lot of time. Just make sure that if you are defending against cut pulls and you're putting Swoop and Tiger Hawk in there, then just make sure you've got some big defenses where you think that they will put Cup just to make sure that Cup dies a very terrible death. Or dead end, if you're a con. So let's have a look at our alliance. So we'll just choose King Red. Just going to choose some random people. Thanks, Blue, for posting the Discord link in the server. If you're not in Discord yet, then make sure you go and check it out, guys. You get notifications on all my videos, so you don't have to subscribe. Although I'd like you to subscribe, but you don't have to. If you put tracks in OP, will you reduce damage on the other OP? I believe so, yeah. But the problem with that is that you've got to make sure that where tracks puts his cloud, that is where the bots are battling. Because if they don't battle under that cloud, then it's obviously wasted. So it can miss with abilities like that, but you've got to just. It depends if it's a choke point. If you can guarantee that is where the bots are going to be, all the bots, then yeah, it'd be pretty good because it defend your bots and your defenses. But again, once his ability's gone, 16 seconds later, Trax is useless because it's just so low with HP. Okay. So, Outpost here. So, find the Outpost game. So you see there, these Outposts are pretty much well split up. We've got one there. We've got one there. We've got a combined Outpost there. We've got one there, one there. So it is uneven. It's a bit unethical in the sense that it's got more outposts on one side than the other. But the other problem with this is that you can easily pop this outpost there. That's the radius. You can send up to there with Star Saber. And don't forget, when you send Star Saber up, you're doing damage to... You're getting 3 points because it will defeat that... it will kill that structure there. A decent Star Saber will get rid of them too. Do a damage to all these bots here. Pop that outpost. Pop the combiner outpost. Then send him to up here, maybe. Even around here. Anyway, around there. He'll pop that outpost. Pop that outpost. Doing a lot of damage. Kill that build bot as well. So, not the best in terms of outpost placement. Depending is what I would do is if you're going to do a base like this, that's the only gap where you could probably put mines. I'd probably put mines either side just to stun Star Saber. That could cause a few problems. But again, you can use Red Alert, but again, you're going to be using ability points there. So you're forcing people to use ability points. So if there's mines around there, then that's not too bad. You want to try and trap them. Again, he's sort of trying to make you do what he wants you to do by putting the outpost in the middle. You can start Saber over here, but then you got to fight these outpost abilities. So you're going to pop Star Saber right in the middle there. You're going to go up to that place there because any lower, you're not going to reach the top. So that is the key point there. There's nothing else in the middle. So I doubt someone will put it. You might put it there to get the 3 points, but then you're doing less damage because you want to go into there. So generally, that's the enticing part that will entice people into that point there with their Star Saber sacrifice. And then up there. So yeah, decent placement. Walls, I'm not too sure. You can maybe tack rush that. Probably an easy rush to get. And if you can get that easy rush out of the way, you're dodging at least 2 outposts. You'll pop the combiner outpost, but you're probably going to skip 2 outposts. But maybe rushable. But in terms of outpost placement, If there's mines there, then it could be good. Few more people have joined the stream now as well. So welcome to Justin. Welcome back. But anyone else join? Wrecking Rule as well and Blast Wave. Welcome to the stream. And Andy too. And Andy's asked, can Run Amok is excellent with Prime Core Liège Maximo? Are you asking if he's good with Liège Maximo? Well, Run Amok and Punch are pretty much due a buff. I've said before, I think they will be the next bots to be buffed. I think. Well, that's yet to be decided, and we'll wait and see, so to speak. We'll look at Gavcats. Zero here, how's it going? Laser Optimus as well. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Outpost placement. So again, we've got one outpost there. And you can see there, quite clever, the fact that the outpost does not cover that shock tower. So if you go to that shock, you're not going to pop the two outposts. So those outposts can be quite difficult to pop. You'd have to use Gold at one side and go across. Goldfire is the best pop-up outpost in the game. And then you got to go straight to the HQ, I think, to pop the two outposts. They cover anyone else. You could maybe hit the cannons at the front. But that's it. But yeah, generally a decent placement on outposts. The base is quite elongated. So you're most likely going to use Star Saber ×2 to pop all the outposts and then try and fight somewhere out the way. But you've got defenses here covering the bottom section. So yeah, good placement on outposts. There's not really any section there that you can put your Star Saber and pop both the outposts. Quite a difficult one. If you're going to do a Saber Sack, it's going to be quite difficult. But yeah, I will definitely put outpost maybe one square wider. I can't see if it's covering Shock Tower. But again, if I can't see that, then I wouldn't chance it. I really wouldn't. So yeah, good design there. Outposts. Blue Grimlock, we are going to talk about the new combat box, kind of. Like I said, mentioned earlier. We definitely are. Don't worry. Grand Galvatron, welcome. So yeah, Jay, Outpost bots. We won't be discussing their abilities. Talk about the process we've gone through up to now. We'll do one more base, then we'll talk about the new combat bots. We'll go with Metros. Let's have a look at Metros. Ah, got you, Blue. That's okay. I don't mind. So, typical sort of quadrant base. So we've got two outposts that can be popped right in the middle there and there as well. So any bot ability in there, we'll pop them both. And at the top, there again, there or there. So you could easily put Goldfire at the bottom there with Vector, put him to there, pop them outposts, put him to there, pop those. And for 12 ability points, you pop in all the outposts. You're doing damage to the main structure that can do damage to you. So one good boost on there as well. We'll get rid of that. You're getting 3 ability points back. And then you're going to get Goldfire back. So in terms of outpost placement, it's probably not the best. Especially not these top two. The bottom ones maybe need to be wider. And the top two as well. They're very central. You're talking maybe 5 defenses you need between them. I'm not. You can't pop them all with one ability. I don't think it's difficult to get that sort of range from one. They don't all 4 crossover. 2 crossover there and there. So if you used, you could maybe use a gunner and then you go 5 from this side and do a swoop up to there, but I don't think you pop them all. I think it's difficult to pop them all in one ability, but 100% with 2, 100%. But yeah, not the best to be honest with you in terms of outpost placement. Yeah, yeah, they need to be more separated. Personally, I'd put them 2 up near the HQ. I'd bring these walls down a bit. I'd put the outposts where them walls are there, and I would also put these maybe where maybe on there. Maybe, but make sure the 2 outposts don't cross over like they do here as well. So maybe not the best outpost placement there. Very easy to pop. So yeah, like I said, it's not just important what outpost bots you put in there, but it's also important on placement. So I'll give you a quick show on what outpost bots I've got in there. I'll explain why as well. So bottom right here, we've got Blaster. Same again, simply because of HP. A crazy amount of HP in there. Then we'll do this one in a minute. Then we got Rook. Crazy amount of HP. It's going to slow them down while they do a lot of damage. Dinobot, for the same reason. Let's just check Dinobot out. So even at level 52, don't treat Dinobot like he's going to do any damage. He's pure tank. Everyone that has sort of minions thinks that minions do a lot of damage. Don't think of minions as doing damage. Think of them as being distractions. And the more HP, the better. I see people putting Quintus on the likes of Prowl and bots like that. Don't forget, Quintus is a high percentage of health and a low percentage of DPS. So a high DPS bot, you're not going to get much benefit out of it. And with low health, even less. So you want a bot that's got high HP. So Quintus, put it on a high HP, a high health bot. And you get a lot better use out of it. So Dinobot, he's got 20,000 health at 52. And then 3 decoys with 33%. So 100%. So you've got 40,000 health again. Another bot with 40,000 health. Now, that's only 15 seconds. But that's my main bugbear where I think Dinobot needs a buff. I think 15 seconds is too short. I think the 3 Dinobots should have maybe 25% less, so a bit less, but last for a lot longer. That's my opinion. And then in the last outpost, we have No, for the simple reason that each of his minions, again, has a percentage of his health. So a crazy amount of health and DPS. So altogether, we're talking 40, 80, 120. You're talking about 160, including combining, you're talking about 190,000 HP to defeat. That's a lot of HP, 190,000. 20, 40, 60. You're talking like a full team. You're basically destroying it, trying to beat a full team. Because of all the minions that are involved and the hollows and things like that. You're pretty much trying to take on a full team. So you're not just defeating 4 outpost bots. You're defeating 1, 2, 4 outpost bots with 4, 8 minions and 4 hollows. So 8, 12, 16 outpost bots in essence. So yeah, a crazy amount of health. Crazy. So yeah, but mine is all designed around slowing people down. It's not designed on damage. If you want damage, you want likes of Swoop, Slash, Cheetor, and bots like that. Big Prime Ting asked when I'm doing my crystals. I've always said that I'm going to do my crystals when the new bots come out. So keep an eye out for that. I think it'll be well after when these streams finish. So it'll probably be a video, to be fair. But as always, me and Jake will be popping the crystals. Just all my 5 stars. We're definitely going to be doing 2. maybe 3. But if they keep doing events like the one after next of 750 shards, then I doubt it's going to happen. We want them 1,000 shard events. That's what we want. And then the chances are that we might have 3. If we get really close to 3, I'll buy some bundles to push me over the edge. But if I'm like 1,000 plus shards away, then I'll leave it for the next one. But yeah, we definitely want 2 pulls. So a quick look at some really good Outpost bots. So just going to fly through these. Goldfire is not that good. Even though it's got high damage, you can't guarantee it's going to hit multiple bots. If it just hits one bot, it's not a lot of damage to one bot. Blaster's great for HP. Cheetor is amazing for damage. Sludge, there's no point. Good HP, but his ability is awful. No point putting Sandstorm, because all it does is heal, and you can't guarantee that it's going to hit the other bots. Prowl, I wouldn't put any gunner in an outpost apart from maybe 6 gun. 6 gun does incredible damage. I was doing some testing earlier, and the amount of damage that it does to one bot is absolutely ridiculous. So really good. But at the minute, there's a bug with him where if you use the age, he pops, and without using his ability first, it turns on the base and uses the ability on his own base. So there's a bit of a bug with him they're going to fix. So right now, I wouldn't put 6 gun in there, but eventually I definitely would. Skylinks, great combo, but his combo doesn't work in Outpost, so you only get 1 hit out of him, so not really that much use. Star Saber is good, but again, Red Alert can combat him quite easily. Same for Elita. Sentis is really good. Good health, does a lot of damage, so a really good option. Sentius. Slash, incredible damage, but low HP. So you're going for pure damage. And also, it's hard to cut pull with Slash because it goes invisible. So a good bot to put in the top outposts. Rook, really good for HP. Swoop, really good for damage. Not so much for health. And just a quick one as well on Rook. Don't forget his decoy does damage as well. So if you can get him in a kill box where they're fighting that outpost, that decoy, that key decoy will do 2,500 damage at level 58. So another good point. Silverbolt is brilliant against people power leveling. If you're a low level player and you want to stop people power leveling, use the likes of Mind Wipe, use the likes of Cosmos, use the likes of Silverbolt, Thundercracker. Those bots are great. Tracks, again, wouldn't bother. You can't really guarantee anything where it's like they do a cloud effect or anything like that. I wouldn't bother really, to be fair. No, again, not too bad for damage, but not too bad for health, but great for damage. I wouldn't put any one shots like jets in there, other than like a Silverbot that's stun. But I wouldn't put likes of Skydive, Jetfire, Firefly, Prowl, Bravo. I wouldn't put them in an outpost. You can only guarantee to hit one bot. Oxus Prime, no point really. It doesn't do a lot of damage, good health, but that's all. Cup, Sunstreaker wouldn't bother. Obviously, healers. Dinobot is good for his health. Jazz is decent if he hits multiple bots, but again, you've got to make it so that he forces that damage on multiple bots. Ultra Magnus is okay, not too bad, very old school. Warpath, again, you can't guarantee does multiple damage. Blaster is okay. Great for health, not great for damage, but great for health. You want to try and slow people down. Drift is not bad. It will do some decent damage, but again, not amazing as an outpost bot. It's good that it rushes in. So again, trying to do cup pulls, it can cause a few problems. But yeah. Perceptor, again, he might just hack one bot. It's not that good an outpost bot. Springer's missiles are decent, but not amazing. Again, you can use Red Alert just to negate them. Hotspot is good, is not amazing, great health, but his damage is awful. Again, you have to use him for slowing people down. I don't like one shots at all. Rust is actually pretty good. She does a lot of damage, considerable damage, Rust does. But again, she's a scout. She does stun one target when she pops out, but not great health, not going to last that long. Grimlock does damage to one target, don't bother. Sludge, again, in an outpost is awful ability. We've got a lot of one hits then. Skyburst is good if you've got Primer on her in an outpost. That works still. So if you've got Primer on any bot, they will do extra damage to them outpost bots. when they're battling. So it's good to have a bot with Prime in an Outpost, just to keep that in mind, guys. Sea Spray, Hound, not great damage-wise. Jump Stream, good for HP. Huffer, no. Wheeljack, no. Is there any other bots here? Maybe Rhinox is okay, but again, you've got a guarantee hits multiple bots. Rudder's Prime is okay, is not bad. It will help other bots to do some great damage. Optimus Prime will give them other bots a shield too. Bumblebee decent for stun. Anyone considerable? Snarl's a really good bot, good damage and good HP. Blades, again, you've got a guarantee he hits multiple bots, which you can't really. Cosmos, good against power levelers. And that's it. That's pretty much a quick run through of all the sort of Outpost bots you can have. So you can see there, you're looking at high damage or high HP bots, to be fair. Any more questions in the chat? Let's say power level of playing or a gunner, then my wipe is garbage. Well, not really. They can still hack that gunner. If you're using two bots and Mind Wipe hacks one of them bots, even if it hacks a gunner, that gunner's then going to turn another bot. And considering gunners have really good DPS, they could probably kill that bot. But yeah, I granted, once that ability is used, then yeah, Mind Wipe going to die pretty quickly. Any more? Favorite Prime Core bot combos. At the minute, Jets are part of the meta, huge part of the meta. And favorite Prime Core is definitely Alpha Trion, without a doubt. Getting ability points is good at any level. No matter what HQ you are, extra ability points is a huge plus. And no matter what team you use, using Alpha Trion gives you a massive advantage. And that's why I like it, that it doesn't matter how you play, doesn't matter how you attack, doesn't matter. Alpha Trion will give you a huge advantage. Some people love the age. I don't for the way I attack. Some Prime Cores are really useful in certain attacks, but Alpha Trion is really good for any attack that you do. And if you got Alpha Trion, make sure you level it up. Really good core, honestly. Yeah, exactly, grind time. Honestly, I hate running into Thundercracker. I hate running into Mind Wipe. Those kind of Cheeto Slash, those kind of bots are awful when power leveling. Awful. Yeah. Rust Dust, honestly, Destroyer is actually really good. Primer, flak, and swoop with primer and flak together. Oh, you mean in that sense? You mean for a certain bot? Well, funny you say that. Coming on, I honestly think that my next one will be 6-gun with primer, and possibly the new combat bot. There you go. Bit of a giveaway there, but that's what I'm sort of thinking. The way I'm gearing to it. We got given the bot this morning, so I went and looked on Wiki and maybe get some ideas. And at first, I didn't think it'd be like a bot they could hold, but it's looking like he will be now. And yeah, when we got him this morning, it's a bit underwhelming. So we've increased his damage, so his damage is a lot better already. And then he's also got a secondary part of his ability that we're looking to improve. So that will come tomorrow and we're doing more testing. But I really think that this combat bot is, where do I rate him? I'd personally rate the new combat bot right now maybe just behind Flak, maybe behind Night Stalker. Probably better than Lionizer. My personal opinion on the new one up to now. If we can get the improvements that we're asking for, because Fabian put it in the chat late in the day, pretty much. We got a few changes quickly in, and then we've all put our opinions in over the last few hours. But obviously, Fabian's not at work until tomorrow now. So come tomorrow, hopefully he can make the improvements that we're all asking for. And there's 2 improvements. One's been made already. We've asked for another 2, and if we get one of them, it's going to be pretty good. If we get 2 of them, is going to be amazing. It really is. And all I can say, like I said, I'll let you know on whether one or two have been done. But yeah, for now, I'm thinking that this outpost bot, sorry, this new combat bot is going to be really, really good. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. I'm not sponsored by Space Ape. If I think it's okay, I will tell you it's okay. If I think it's rubbish, I'll tell you it's rubbish. I'll be honest with you. I don't think any of them are really rubbish at the minute. Some are better than others. But yeah, I think this one will place quite highly. I think it'd be really desirable, and I think it's gonna be really good. I really do think that. I just hope that the couple of changes we push through will come to fruition. I really do. So, for those that are unsure about the test server and how it works, so whenever I talk about a test server, I get a lot of people asking me, "Can I be a tester?" So, first of all, you've got to be in the VIP chat for a start. You've got to get in that VIP chat. You can't be a tester unless you're in the VIP chat. And then once you're in that VIP chat, you should try to have like a bit of a desire for helping people and information. If you're going to join a VIP and you're going to do one or two things, if you're going to go in there and complain, or you're going to go in there and just be quiet and never talk, then yeah, that's okay. You can get the VIP rewards and things like that, but you're never going to be a tester. To be a tester in there, you've got to sort of not put your opinions on people, but give advice and help people out. People ask questions, just sharing information. Those are the sort of people that get asked to be testers. So obviously, I was always in there posting my videos and suggesting things to people and giving people advice. And those sort of people, a lot of the mods are play testers because you got to understand that Space Ape want a relationship with people that got the game at heart, love the game, are knowledgeable, know what they're talking about, and you just got to show that you're one of them people. You can send an email saying, "I know everything about this game." It doesn't mean you do. You sort of got to prove a point a bit in the chat, and they're constantly removing people that are inactive and bringing new people in. They apparently have had an influx of new people into the play testers, but they've been chosen by Space Ape. It doesn't matter if you ask them or not; it won't matter, honestly. All that matters is that you sort of be a presence, a positive presence in the VIP chat. To become a VIP though, there's nothing sort of set in stone that you can say. No one really knows, but again, it's just being knowledgeable. Best thing I can honestly say is that be someone in the game. So be a commander, lead an alliance, and then everyone said you've got to spend money, but I do know people that have not spent a lot in there, but show a desire for the game. You got any bugs? Send bug reports in, helping Space Ape out. Basically, you want to get your sort of name known to Space Ape by helping them. If you help them, they're going to help you by getting you in VIP. But you just got to be a sort of respected player in the game, really. A decent level. I wouldn't say it right at the top, but you do have to be a decent level so that, like I said, you've sort of played the game, you know what you're talking about. It's VIP. Let's be honest. To be a VIP, you've got to be a sort of. When I say one of the top guys in the game, I don't mean in the top 10 alliance. I don't mean top 20. I don't even mean top 100. But what I mean is, I'd say a HQ 16 or 17, a well seasoned player. I'd say that you have to be quite high up to be a VIP. I'm not sure there's many VIPs that are lower than HQ 16. Got any more questions in the chat before we carry on? Yeah, the VIP server can get a bit. How do you say it? There's a lot of complaining in there for a lot of top level players. Honestly, it can get a bit too much, really. I think a lot of top level guys feel entitled sometimes that they should get things and they demand things. And if you understand the game, you understand the predicament that Space Ape are in sometimes. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I will message them and I will get a bit narky over something. But mine is mainly when they promise something and don't deliver. That's when I'll get annoyed. But yeah, they don't generally do that a lot. And generally, it's hard to win a game. It really is. It's really difficult. When did they choose to test the blue green lock? I'm not too sure. So honestly, you can't see who's in the chat and who's not at any given time. apart from who's online. And someone just said that there's some new playtesters coming, and I've not seen them yet. I'm not sure who it is, but apparently there is. But yeah, I'm not sure how they know, but they were one of the mods, so obviously they know a bit more than me because they're one of the mods. So yeah. But yeah, the best thing to do if you want to be a VIP, just send them an email asking to be a VIP, and you'll get one of three answers. The first answer is thank you, we may consider it. That's the general one. Number two is next time we have an influx or we have a sort of recruitment for VIP, we'll consider you, which pretty much means that you're on a waiting list. That's the one that you want. And the third one is, yeah, come along. But that's quite rare. Generally, you'll either get a thanks, we'll contact you maybe, or the best one that you could probably hope for is that they will say that they will put you down for consideration in their next enrollment. And that's what you want. And if it's not that one, it might be the one after or one after that. But at least you're on that waiting list. So yeah. And I think it's a case of they will remove inactives and bring new ones in, like they have done with playtesters. But yeah, in terms of playtesters as well, so how we sort of operate is SpaceX will give us the bot with an ability already. We don't decide the abilities. They will give us a bot going, right, we've got this bot, this ability. What do you guys think? So then we sort of say, well, I would do this to this bot. I would change this. Sometimes we all have a bit of an argument over it. Sometimes we all agree. But, you know, you've got to give honest opinion. You've got to put your own squad to one side. And you've got to think for the whole player base. I mean, if I was going for a leaderboard, I could easily say as a playtester, yeah, make the 3-star less powered. Because if you're top 10, top 5, you don't want the 3-star. You're never going to use it. What's the point? But that's really selfish. What you want is you want players to put money into the game, to play the game, to enjoy the game. The more that happens, the longer the game will last for me. So yeah, in a sort of indirect, selfish way, I want people to enjoy the game more and want to maybe spend money more. That's what keeps the games going. Not just the top guys, but the lower guys as well. You might spend money leveling up 3-star. So you need a good sort of 3-stars in the game, and that's going to be my sort of aim for the next leaderboard bot to make it a really good 3-star. So increase that competition in that top 100. The top 10 competition is going to be there regardless. People do that just to level bots and just for pride. The top 100 is honestly where it's at. That's what you need to spur people on to do by making a good 3-star. Sixgun was a really good example, a really good 3-star, whereas a lot of lower level guys can use 3-star to great effect without getting the 4-star. Personally, I would always go for the 4-star just because I'm quite privileged in that sense. But you want to make some really good 3-stars in the game, and that's sort of my aim at the minute, to make some good bots, some good 4-stars that are maybe equal to 5-stars in the game, the lower end 5-stars, and making 3-star bots that are as good as half decent 4-stars in the game, to sort of shorten that gap a bit, to sort of bring players through. But what I also want with that is some more overpowered 5-stars. So the whole, we call it deck creep or we call it power creep. The whole power of the game needs to be risen a bit in terms of bots now. So we are getting a lot of attacking in terms of combat bots and prime cores and getting leveled up and things like that. But I also think that we need to up the game a bit of the new bots. So once we've given that feedback back, Fabian normally or Yanis will take that bot, so make some changes and go, right, okay, made changes. What do you think now? So they will make them changes and then we'll look at it and then get our opinion and go, right, well, now it's underpowered or overpowered, etc. And we'll go again. And that's pretty much the process. And we just keep churning that out time and time again, where we decide whether bot's underpowered, overpowered, increase the range, decrease the range, etc., etc. And we just keep going until we think we got it right. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's still a bit underpowered. Sometimes a bit overpowered. But you know, we've always got the game's best interests at heart. So yeah, I think we're doing a really good job recently. I think when we first took over, we were far too cautious because we were all quite new to it. We didn't really want to upset the apes by saying, well, this is rubbish. Whereas now, we're brutally honest. We will literally say, no, this does not work at all. It's awful. You need to sort of start again. Sometimes it's a tweak. A couple of times, they've got it pretty much spot on, and we've only made a few little changes. Flak was a good point of that. and Night Stalker. When those bots came out, they were pretty much on the button with them. And we're like, no, these are good. Whereas Taraxodon and Fire Drive needed a bit of changing. Fire Drive was a bit overpowered. Taraxodon was massively underpowered. We buffed Taraxodon and we brought Fire Drive down a bit. 6 gun we buffed the hell out of. We really buffed 6 gun to make him really usable. Brainstorm we buffed and nerfed at the same time. We just changed him a bit. So yeah, every single bot we try and do our best with them and make them really good for you guys and really good for new players because we don't level a lot of new bots. We don't. So we're trying to bring these bots through. So as soon as I can say more information, what the general thing I do is that once they have been shown in the showroom, I can show you in the showroom as well, do a bit more of a detail with them. And then once that newsletter comes out explaining their abilities, I just go to town on them. I ask you guys, what do you want to see? What combo do you want to see? And we literally spend about an hour and a half just going over the abilities, going over the stats over and over again so that you guys have got a really good idea. They even said on the stream that, the content creators do a lot better job than the apes do. They have 1 hour to fit in all the information and the trivia, answer questions, where I will literally just do an hour and a half just showcasing this bot. And you guys can come in the chat and go, will you equip it on this bot? I want to see it on this bot because that'll be perfect for my team. And I'll do it for you and I'll show you the stats. And I don't mind that. If it sort of puts you at peace and ease of mind, whether this bot will work for you, then yeah, I'm willing to do that. Any more questions in the chat? Can't you believe you would have mind blowpipe? Well, what it was, honestly, when it came out, it was hugely ridiculous. It was doing, was it 4 times DPS? I think I put Fire Drive on my stream on Skydive, and he had 1100 DPS, which I don't think anyone can say that 1100 DPS is not ridiculous for one bot. And Sharks just put in, we've hit 294 members on the Discord server. So we're trying to get to 300. So we just need 6 more members. So if you're not in the Discord server yet, guys, go and join it. Just 6 more members needed. Who else? Chris Taylor's put, I think the new bots coming to the game are the ones that repeated the new line toys. That's why we can't get none of the older classics. I believe, Chris, that there's going to be a mixture. So there is going to be some of the older ones, because some of the older ones are coming out. There's a hoist toy that's in the shops right now. And I got really excited today, and the wife sort of gave me a really funny look because I was looking through Transformer toys. Someone put something in Discord about minicons, and I was looking how much they were. Looked at local toy shop, and Snapdragon and 8-Face are in my local toy store, and I got really excited. And I sort of let out a gasp. I was like, oh! My wife was like, what's going on? What is it? I was like, these Transformers are in the toy shop. She's like, is that it? I was like, no, this is a big deal. She's like, no, it's not. And she looked at me because she thought there was something really bad happened. But yeah, I love Snapdragon and I love 8-Face. And I've not got many Decepticon Transformers, but I would really consider those two. 2 really good bots. And I believe that they might come to the game eventually. Got a strong feeling. I've also got a strong feeling that Omega Supreme will come to the game. I really do. It's just something they said in stream and how they acted. They acted really coy about it. And I honestly think we'll see Hoist this year. I think we'll see Brawn this year. And I think we'll see Omega Supreme. And with that, I also think we'll see 8-Face or Snapdragon, at least one of those 2. And we'll see maybe Tan or Overlord, someone like that. So yeah, I think there's a lot of good bots coming this year. That's not been confirmed, guys. That's just me speculating, just from things I've heard, little things that I've sort of got a wind of, and just sort of reactions on stream. But I honestly think that those sort of bots are coming this year. So a lot of G1 bots. Another Fembot they've said is coming to the game this year. And they also sort of give an inkling about maybe something from a different Transformers generation. I'm not too sure. I hope it's not rescue bots. I really don't. I really hope it's not rescue bots. But they did give something away in the other stream the other week. But yeah, I honestly think this year is going to be a really good year for the game. I honestly think that. I think the game's in good hands with Yanis and with Fabian. And I think they're doing a great job. I think the play testers are trying to evolve the game. So yeah, I think it'd be a really good year for Earth Wars this year. I really do. Any more questions? Yeah, the Micromaster 10 pack. Yeah, we can't get it over here in the UK. Honestly, you're so lucky in the US the amount of bots you can get. They're so hard to get over here. It's ridiculous. They say it'll be an Earthrise Bumblebee. Maybe. You know, we've got multiple star schemes, and Bumblebee's a massive thing in the game. So why not? There's no reason why not. Oh, Juan, don't tell me that. Eight Faces Modern Edition is fantastic. You're just making me want to go and buy him now. Omega Supreme and Triptychon. I think though Triptychon's obviously already in the game with Metroplex, so you won't see Triptychon again. And I think they'll save Scorponok and Fortress Maximus. They'll pair well together. So the big question has always been who to pair with Omega Supreme. But you may see him as a sort of combiner. So you may see him as a combiner that comes out, but you just got the one bot to get maybe. But then obviously you got to level him up. Maybe. I'm just guessing. But I think that'd be a good point in the game to have him like a combiner, so to speak. So at least he can get in the game and his scale works. Anything else? Yeah, I'd love to see Tarn as well. Tarn or Overlord, both of them. What does Top Shot do? I can't honestly say yet. It's still in testing. We're sort of if I was to give it away, I'd get removed access. I really can't give it away, sadly. And it's not even been finalized yet. His ability has, but not the sort of damage he does, and like his range and things like that, and speed, and all these sort of things that different bots can do. All those haven't been decided yet. It's just the ability has been decided, and now we're trying to decide on, like I said, the power, the range, speed of them, and just general things like that, and the actions behind it. Think about the new rumored movies. We'll see. We'll see. About every single Bayfarmers film and was let down every single time. The Bumblebee movie was okay, not amazing, but yeah, the start of it was amazing. The start of the Bumblebee film was amazing, and I'm hoping that that's the way it's going forward. I really do. Am I going to see High Stream? If I'm still up, don't forget it's midnight where I am now. It's quite late, so if I'm still up for High Stream, then maybe. But it's a bit early for my liking. I know Hoist said the other week. I always catch it a bit later on Hoist streams, and I watched the rerun on YouTube, and he did say he might be doing it a bit earlier. Hopefully, it is a bit earlier, and I can catch it. Oh, it's a couple of minutes his stream. Oh, cool. Then I'll see you over there then. Right. Well, if Hoist stream is in a couple of minutes, then I will see you all over there. I want to go and join Hoist stream. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to Engineer Hoist channel, then go and make sure you subscribe. Go and check it out. He's a really cool guy. He'll be covering the event and everything happened this weekend. So make sure you check his stream out. And 50 minutes. Oh, we've got a few minutes, haven't we? We said a few minutes. I thought it meant like next 10 minutes. So, but yeah, make sure you're in the Discord server, guys. Make sure that you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs. We're trying to get to 300 Discord servers members, and I want to keep growing it. I want to honestly reach new heights with this server and make it the #1 Transformers Earth War server. And want to be the even though Hoist has got me beat down with subs, you've got to aim high. Want to try and overtake Hoist in subs. I don't think it'll ever happen. He's the OG of Earth War's content creators. He really is the original. But you've got to aim. If you want to be the best, you've got to aim to beat the best. And for me, Hoist is the best streamer we've got. He is, no doubt about it. So yeah, really thanks everyone for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow, guys. I'll have maybe a bit more information about Top Shot. can't show him yet, like I said, or talk his abilities until he's finalized. But I can talk again about the process and what we've done. And tomorrow we're going to talk a bit more about base design, and we'll talk a bit more about power cores and what power cores to put on your defenses. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow, and peace out.